2026. Man, I got Ryan and Bella, man. This is the kickoff, a new starting for me, y'all. I am claiming this will be featured. Okay, this will be featured. I'm claiming this in the name of Jesus. Okay, this will be and it's going down. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to thank you guys for being here. Listen, I can't do this show without y'all spreading the word, man. And y'all please constantly spread the word about how amazing the show is, man. You know what I mean? It's very good topics, and some of these topics heartfelt. Some people cry. Some people going through some stuff, man. So just spread the word, man. Spread the word, and I'm claiming this show will be featured, man. So I appreciate you guys being here. We have an amazing show tonight, and Brooke is gonna break down. You know what I'm saying? The breakdown and dissect the other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Um, yes, I am. Okay, so like you said, please spread the word. If you can, so spotlight this and share it. We have a share button on here, and so you can share it to IG or whoever you want. Gifting is great. It helps boost the stream because this is not featured yet, so everything helps. But there is no cussing, no nudity, no drinking, no smoking, no speaking in a British accent unless you are British, okay? But yeah, we're going to have fun. It is getting recorded, so we have a YouTube channel, and it will get put on there eventually, and you can go back and rewind and watch. I want to give a big shout out to Winda because she won the top spot of last week. So that means you get to name your choice of whatever topic, like you get to have a say in it or choose it. And then you get to go on the flyer, and obviously you get a shout out on here. So if you want to have something spoken about, you've got something on your mind, on your heart, something you just don't know, and you need a male's perspective maybe, be the top gifter. And we can get some good questions out, we can talk about it and hear from some really good men. But yeah, the topic is exploring the dynamics of modern dating, the pros and cons of dating multiple people. So not committing, not wanting to commit, wanting to so the question goes in different ways. So it doesn't have to mean all at once. It could mean not wanting to commit and just want to date. It means a few different things, and there's pros and cons. So they're going to be discussing it cordially, but there is a female in the box this time, and she is very intelligent and is very knowledgeable and can speak really well. So I think it would be really, really good just to hear a woman's perspective as well, because we know Country knows how to speak, and Riot is very intelligent as well. So I think it's going to be really good. But ask your questions in the comments, please, because we'll call them out at the end. We ready?
No, so we're going to change it up real quick, Brooke, if you don't mind me adding a little input in. Just took the input from last week. Listen, if you guys got a question that y'all want to ask, I don't know if I'm going to do 500, but that would allow you guys to ask a question. If it's a very important question, you guys want to do that. You know, say I don't know what gift it is, because I haven't seen the gifts in a while. But yeah, just throw a gift in there, man, and make sure you put that. Let us know what question you want to ask, and that will be the next question. You know what I mean? If it's something that's catered to a certain, of your lifestyle based off your experience, but I would go through that next week with the admins. You know what I'm saying? The other admins is not here, which is Class, and this is Brooke, and she's an admin as well. And if you guys want to be on the show, anybody want to be on the show, please hit myself for the admins up, or any of the friends or family or the community that they want to. There's always somebody connected with somebody. All right.
Yeah.
All right, can I ask
So-
you guys to give me the box? Request the box. Go ahead, Brooke.
Top gifter at, we're gonna do 810. 810 wins top gifter of the stream next week. Okay.
All right, and we got Bella in here.
Bella.
Bella. Hi. Good
Hey,
evening.
Bella.
This is gonna be interesting.
This gonna be interesting too. 'Cause this
Is
dog is
my,
something else.
is my cousin.
Hmm?
Harry Potter is my cousin, Brookie. He's from London, you know.
That's a Westminster
No?
accent. That's like Westminster.
Is it not?
Sound like a Londoner, no.
I'm not from
I
London,
didn't
no.
even know he was saying Harry Potter at first. Like I was like,
Harry.
oh, like,
Harry.
is he alright?
Harry.
Like I thought he was like
Harry
something's
Potter.
going on there.
It's
Hey, now
Harry
he,
Potter.
look, now he just went on YouTube and see how they talking. He said, you know what? I think I can do that. Let me just go on over here and see.
Nah, it's Harry Potter. I'm not from London, no. I was born in America.
I just gotta say, why do their voices go very high pitched when they do the British accent?
It's Harry
Oh, I'm
Potter.
speaking the Queen's English. I haven't learned the King's.
It is. Most people that do a British accent, they make their voice high pitched because it sounds nasally. You want me to do it?
But I think your accent needs a touch of a bit of wonder. My thinks that you talk a little bit like Westminster do.
Just a little bit.
Okay, this is your fault, twin.
You would come to tea with me.
Twin, you started it.
More of a Londoner. I am cousin to the Queen Mother. Yes.
I love this, man.
Are
This is,
you a Geordie?
hey, Brookie, can you sound British? Okay, give us your best Australian accent, Brookie.
Great, Ozzy.
Crikey, mate.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna start the show, okay, guys?
Yes.
Okay,
I
I'll
thought-
tell
I
you
thought you
what.
spoke
You want a
in
little
tongues.
you want a little twist? Every time someone throws a 1K gift, you can nominate who you want to speak British. They have to speak British for like 15 seconds.
No,
Out of
yeah.
each.
No, at least for the next 3 minutes. I want to hear the answers in British.
3
So whatever-
minutes? No, I don't want 3
listen,
minutes.
no,
You got
whatever the
15
question is, and they want to answer the question
I need to get
based
Okay,
on
in
I
that
want to hear it in
question.
British.
Okay,
I
in
wanna hear
that
the
question.
British.
Okay, so every 1K, and you can say who you want to. You're all bugging. So let's see. Okay,
No,
all right,
look, don't
I'll
throw a
ask you
gift on me
question.
because it ain't gonna work.
I'm going to, so kind of like Role Model Freshers show, you know how when you gift her and then it goes through the boxes, you know, you get to, yeah. All right. Is dating multiple people a form of emotional unavailability? Why or why not? I'm going to put them in the comments too.
All right, y'all. So this is how it works. Welcome to Let's Take a Seat with Big Country, y'all. Listen, I got a little church music going on in the background, but forgive me, I'm a little under the weather, man. So if I laugh and cough and try to get it together, please forgive me. But it started with this young lady named Bella. Y'all don't know Bella, y'all get to know her. And my brother Ryan, he's back full-fledged, man. It's good to see him, man. I love his growth. I love our brotherhood and our growth, man. And I love about this because we do this once a month to throw a woman in here. And listen, this woman, she been on fire like a match in a cigarette. You know what I mean? So I love me some Bella, man. And yeah, believe it or not, man, Riot, we always knew each other, fell in place. But, you know, I love our growth now, man. And the man is very, very smart, very intellectual, man. So you're going to hear some key points from both parties, from their perspective and their experience. You know what I'm saying? So if you guys have any questions, just you know, say if you want to interrupt, just throw a gift out there, man, and you can ask Bella, or you can ask myself, or you can ask Riot. So we're gonna say the first question, Bella. That is dating multiple people is a form of an emotional unavailability, vulnerability. Why not?
I would say, you know, in modern times, what's popular is a lot of people view it as okay, that it's not emotionally unavailable, but I tend to differ. Right? I want to distinguish between going out on dates before you really know somebody and dating, right? When you're single and you're going on dates to meet somebody or find somebody you want to be a little more serious, I think it's normal to say, hey, I'm going on a date this week, I'm going on a date that week. But once you've been on several dates and you get to a point where you're talking to someone daily and you've built the foundation of what's the beginnings of a relationship, that's the time to either establish what it is. You know, is it going to be serious? Is it not? Are you dating other people? And that full transparency is important. And just to answer the question more directly, it is a form of emotional unavailability, because if you are dating with a purpose, right? Let's say that you are, you not being able to lock in on what you really want, need, and have that understanding means that you're either still searching or you're having ability connecting, right? Because if you know what you want, you know what you need. Why would you not be able to distinguish that while dating someone? You would know if they're someone you're going to progress with or not. The back and forth signals to me a lack of emotional availability or willingness to be committed. And both are problematic, I would say. When you're young, maybe you make those kinds of decisions because you're youthful and you're inexperienced, but you know, get to my age and you're still like, I'm still dating and juggling people. Then you're emotionally not focused and you're not evaluating properly, in my opinion, because you're not really investing the time and energy to really see the person and see yourself with that person or without them.
All right, good answer, man. That was very well put together. Like it was polished. Practice that. Sheesh.
I mean,
Right.
I think about stuff like this sometimes.
Right. How you feel from a man perspective? What's your outtake on it?
First and foremost, I want to say, man, thank you for having me on the show. Bella, you know I love you. So funny enough, guys, I've been working on doing an actual dating class. I've been doing a lot of research on this subject a lot, and I tell people when I do like one-on-ones that my relationship failed, so yours don't have to. And this is the things that I learned. I think as a society that we forgot a step. Dating multiple people is, in my opinion, is not a form of emotional unavailability. It's a form of emotional intelligence. I think that it's a form of emotional intelligence because you are now vetting the people, because dating is literally spending time with someone that you're romantically interested in. But what we forget is there's another step before engagement and marriage. There's called courting. Courting, and when you court someone, that's when you're exclusive. The kids today was like, oh, we're dating exclusive. That's called courting. So to date multiple people, you should definitely date multiple people, in my opinion, is because if you put all of your eggs in one basket and that basket falls, now where are you? So, and then who can you hold if you have this one person that you're dating and they treat you a certain way, but you have nothing else to compare it to? That's the best thing that you have. But if you have other people in other ways that people can treat you, if I take Bella out, right, and Bella has an amazing time with me, right, and she's like, oh my God, it's an amazing time, but then she goes out with Country and he goes and they have a more amazing time doing more things that she never knew that she would be interested in, but gives her a different perspective, listens to her and make her feel something different than I did. That experience made her feel like, oh, matter of fact, I like some of the stuff that Riot did, and I like some of the stuff that Country did. Now I know I want my person to have kind of both of these traits, and then now they can find someone that fits everything that they actually want and don't get into a relationship still wanting more from and don't feel complete when they get into it. I think that we don't do enough vetting in our dating process, and I don't think we hold people to enough standards before we commit to them. But that's my take.
Oh, that's good, man. Listen, y'all, if you guys new here, please hit the favorite on these amazing guests and myself. Welcome to Let's Take a Seat with Big Country. I have Bella here and I have Riot. And we're talking about, the topic today is about dating. Okay, so if you guys may be dating, these guys give them very good insight and very good answers with these questions. So we're gonna dive into the next question here. Does dating multiple individuals lead to confusion or clarity about what one really wants in a partner? Thank you. All right, Bella?
I still disagree. I don't think it gives you clarity to juggle multiple people once you've actually gone out with them a few times. I think what Riot, love you to death, but what you described is initial dating steps, and that's what I was saying. Like when you're going on dates, you're meeting different people. And things, and figuring out what you like and don't like. And to me, that's a big part of growth in being young. But I would say as we get older, I don't understand the need to be dating multiple people to still figure out what you like and don't like. I think that's much more of a journey of knowledge of self than it is measuring people against each other. And here's why. You know, in the dating process, you're meeting the best that someone has. And you can vet people, but I don't think you vet people clearly when you're distracted by multiple personalities. I'm big on energy. And when you have a lot of energy pouring into you, that is a fragmented response. Your response is not focused. It's focused in the moment in time you're with that person. And having all of that energy being deposited in you and exchanged with you, it affects your mental clarity and your focus. And that's whether you're being physically intimate or not. You are allowing other people into your mind. And that's exactly why, I've been married before, and I was married for 10 years. And I used to tell people all the time, what you let in mentally can chip away at your focus or your ability to see your partner. So if you're allowing all of these outside influences to include dating other people, I don't think you have the amount of clarity that you probably think you have. And I think you properly vet somebody with being focused and intentional. And then you know yourself. And by knowing yourself, you know what you will accept and what is a whole and complete aside from prayer, right? I just do not think we need all of these like new rules on how we find people. People used to court more or less one person at a time. So we talk about courting, they didn't have, they had suitors, but then once that little game was over, that initial dating, it's like, oh, we locked in on one person. Now we have a courtship. And I think that's the part that we have to know gives you the clarity. Because if you're juggling people, you're gonna miss things, misinterpret things because you got the pressure of the other person. You got the pressure of the world on top of these other personalities. And it's never good to have multiple personalities involved in romantic relationships. Just look at this app, So.
That's good. That's a good answer, y'all. That's a good answer. Thank you guys for being here. Listen, whoever the number one gift of the show by 8:15 will name next week's topic and be crowned crown of the show of the hour. So we have Riot. Riot, what is your intake on your response?
I think we're saying the same thing but differently. Because I'm talking about initial dating is like the juggling the people, or more or less like that suiting period. But courting would be that, oh, I'm going to the next step, like engagement, or what people call now like boyfriend and girlfriend would be courting, in that scenario. So I think that dating multiple people, I mean, and I think I have a different take on it, because I just talk about from my experience in my research, right? And I think that in in it is this. I don't know what I want if I've never been exposed to it. If I've never had access to something, I don't know if I want it or not. So because let's say I've never been to a basketball game, I don't know if I want to go to a basketball game. But if I've been to a basketball game, now I'll be like, oh, okay, no, I like basketball games. Or I don't like basketball games. It's not for me. So I think dating multiple people gives you clarity on what you desire in or what you want to be locked down with. Complete with self. But on top of that, I feel like you dating multiple people in the dating stage. I'm not saying sleep with multiple people, guys. Not saying do all of that. I'm saying literally spending time with people of interest is beneficial to the clarity of what you actually want in your relationship. And that's just from my experience and research.
So we had a not even a topic about the show, but it was a topic that I wanted. Well, we actually had a topic about the show, but I came up with a topic about the show last week. We was talking about the difference between chasing and pursuing. Now, if you chasing someone, usually don't last that long because you don't care to get to know the person really. You know what I mean? And it don't end well. But when you pursue someone, you take your time. And you want to get to know the person, you have interest in the person to move forward. Because I use that analogy, man. Like me and Rob was talking about this, but when you're running and Bella said, "Hey, first one to get in this line get a free trip to the Bahamas," right? You and your significant other plus one. I mean, I want to win. Okay, I want to win. So my target is to win, run. You know what I'm saying? So I run fast as I can. And then Bella say, for a bonus for $5,000, what did that little boy, the little boy on your left side of that was standing on the side of you, what was his name tag on his shirt? Now I'm saying we're not going to get it because we focus on one thing. So when we pursue something, we can take our time and go over there and, get to know the people. So, and that's how it is. So when you go back to that second question, man, when confusing, when you're dating, right? So like, I just think boundaries have to be set, conversation need to be made, and then it is what it is. But if you don't have that, from that standpoint, I mean, what can you be confused about? You know what I mean?
Can I say one thing with that analogy, right? I feel like if you're chasing someone, you have bad intentions. Because if you pursue someone, it's intentional. If you're chasing someone, you have intentions. And you see what I'm saying? Because now you want, like you said, you want something, you want a goal. But pursuing someone, I'm trying to get to know you and I want to take it slow. I want to know everything about you because at the end of the day, I want to be the best version of myself for you. And I want to be the best person for you. And I want you to be the best person for me, right? But if I'm just chasing you, that means I want one thing from you.
That part. All right, y'all. Welcome to Let's Take a Seat with Big Country. Myself, Bella, here. And we got Riot. And today, this is a very interesting topic, man. This is an amazing topic, and I appreciate you guys being here. Whoever the number one gift of the show, y'all, would be named next week's topic. I don't come up with these topics. These topics get a little weird sometimes. But, you know what I'm saying? But, hey, we don't name them. Y'all do, right? So people must be going through some things. If you're going through some things, you give it us, we're going to put it out there. All right? Let's go to question number 3. Is it ethical to date multiple people without full disclosure to everyone involved?
That's an easy one for me. No. I mean, because there's so many different types of people in the world, right? And there are people with different standards for dating and different standards for things, right? If you go on a date with someone like your first date, you're probably not having that conversation unless like things go immensely well, right? You hey, good to see you. Hope to see you again. You might give them a hug, kiss on the cheek. I don't know. But like once you're dating, like several, like again, like we're 3-4 times, we're talking every day. It's like at some point we need to be clear and honest, right? And I think anything less than that says a lot about who you are as a person. Because if you truly believe it's okay to date multiple people, what is the reason for you not telling the truth or being transparent? To me, that's a manipulation. That, you know, it's a manipulation. It's like, I will lead you to believe you're the only person I'm dating. And lies of omission count. So I don't play that game. Well, you didn't ask me the right question. Well, I'm not the oracle. So let's be real, right? So if a person isn't fully transparent in the dating stage about the fact that they're dating other people, guess how I evaluate? I would say chances are that person's going to hide other things from you in the future. Again, this is their best foot forward. And if their best foot just lies, I mean, what are you going to get? Now, maybe they're afraid to tell you. Maybe they'll change. Maybe they'll, you know, you won't find out. I've seen all kinds of scenarios and people work out, but it's not the right thing to do. And I'm a firm believer that lies will eat away at you if you're playing those kinds of games, especially if you know the other person has a propensity to get emotionally attached, especially women. Like, we tend to get emotionally involved probably sooner than men. Generalization, don't hate me for it. And so if a man is doing that with me in particular, I find it offensive and an insult to my intelligence, because I'm not blind, right? Not blind, not deaf, not disabled mentally that I know of. So if you are doing something like that, it's going to come to surface. And then when it does, then you've got a breach of trust in the early stages, which is not what you want.
Go. Right?
No, I definitely agree. I think even sooner. I think, me personally, I'm gonna let you know first date that I'm dating other people, that I'm talking to other people, because I don't want you to ever think that it's just you until it's just you, right? Are you dating other people? Yes, I am. I'm dating other people. I'm talking to other people. Nothing is serious. And that sets a tone of, this is not serious yet. And if you want to be serious, then we can move towards that. But it's things that, and I think that came with time. You know what I mean? That came with time, that came with learning. Because yeah, we used to, like a wise person said, you know, telling a half truth is a whole lie. So saying that, oh no, I'm not dating nobody, I'm not talking to nobody else, and you know, and you saying good night to 7 people, then you're saying, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta be. Here's the thing, people, and that's why I believe that relationships don't stand as much as they used to, is because people are not honest with themselves first. So if you can't be honest with you, how can I expect you to be honest with me?
Amen. Amen. Welcome, y'all. Welcome to Let's Take a Seat with Big Country. We have beautiful Bella here. And we have my brother Riot. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you guys for showing up. If you have any spotlights, you know what I'm saying, hit the spotlights, y'all. You know what I'm saying, because we're not featured yet. So, and we'll have the #1 gift of the show. Name next week's topic. Okay. Can dating multiple people actually hinder the development of a meaningful relationship with anyone? I'm gonna say else. You say any one person, but I don't know how it panned out. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, we kind of touched on it. To me, I mean, I think, yeah, it's a distraction. Especially if you're not wise enough to make sure that the people in that environment don't cross paths. That could be very dramatic and traumatic and unnecessary. Right? Like, there has to be such an amount of distance between the people. Don't laugh, because you guys see it every day. If you're in the audience and you're on this app running amok in the Meet Me streets, I'm talking about you. So it is what it is. If you're Cinderella, wear the shoe. But I mean it. Like, the reality is, if you're talking to multiple people, it can not only be a distraction, because if they both want your time at the same time, what are you going to do? You got to prioritize somebody or nobody.
That part.
Or if they call you at the same time, now what you're gonna do, right? So now that as you have to increase the amount of emotional investment, your time becomes as scarce can be, and that can be problematic and distracting. And guess what? Sometimes this is what I've seen people do, male and female. The person that is most dominant and demanding of their time gets their focus, and that's the person that they end up picking, but not necessarily because it's what's best for them. That was the greatest demander. And then you don't have the focus to see the person that's actually the patient one, the good one, the nice one. And I think I see a lot of men do that. It's like, oh, she's the one, she's the boss. She pulled me. She made sure I knew, and she gonna make sure of a lot of other things when she ruined your life and she proves to not be a good partner.
Shout out to that.
Big shout out.
When it happened, it's like, don't let the frills, like my dad used to say, don't take no fool's gold. It looks shiny, yeah, but it's a fool under there. And what he went was, for a man or a woman, is like, and it was just nobody, you really do not want to be distracted by that. It's another way of saying, I think they say all that glitters ain't gold. It's the same thing. But you gotta be careful where you put your time. And I feel like when you have a limited amount of time, you have to put, I disagree. It's not putting all your eggs in one basket. It's putting your eggs in a focus. And once you actually are focused, then you should be in one basket, not multiple. But at the same time, it's like when you're getting dating experience is what I call it. To understand different things, that's different. And I think when you're in that phase, you're not really intentional to find a mate. I think you're discovering and figuring out what you want and need. When you know what that is, like I would say me, I don't need to date around. I know it when I see it, and I know it when it's not it. And that's why some men get offended. They're like, you're not taking me seriously. No, I think you are serious about what you want, but I seriously understand that you are not a good match because I know.
So I want to dive into this one real quick.
To evaluate that, it's a hard.
I think it's a little totally different than men though, because the way women think are absolutely north and south. You know what I mean? Because here's the problem. It gets me when when women say, I see, and I hear some men say this, when I meet this man, I know what I want, and then 6 months down the line, they're no longer together. You know what I'm saying? So that is my problem. Like, and when I hear that all the time, versus, but
rooted in wisdom though.
But this is we talking about a general. We talking about this is what we hear, right? And then or I hear, I am so thankful God brought me this person. I think this is it. And then 7 months, what happened? We broke up. You know what I mean? So I can't agree with that part.
But
you know what I mean?
That doesn't mean that person knew what was best for them. They said they did. And so like you got to differentiate between a person feeling like they're ready and a person actually being ready. And you can't conflate everyone's going to think they're ready.
And that's the thing.
Everyone on this app thinks they're a genius. And we know.
I go with that too. But also you got some people say, I want to get married. When it comes down to getting married, they don't even meet the requirements.
They're not ready.
But they say they want it. I'm just going.
Yeah.
The words and actions have to align. And I will say when we talk dating, words, actions, and your ability to make good judgment have to align before I trust what you say.
But watch this. Everybody think that they have all of that, right? And everybody is right because they're true. That's their truth. And they're basing it off their truth. So if a girl say, oh, I know it when I see it, just like you said, I know it when I see it. We don't know. But you just saying you know it when you see it. So now when you know it when you see it and you see it and then you know it and you get it and then you lose it and then we like, what happened to you knowing what you see it? And you was like, well, it just didn't work out. How we go? You see what I'm saying? Everybody thinks that you just said everybody thinks the same way. Everybody thinks that they know it when they see it. The difference is, go ahead.
Yeah, but they do. And so here's the thing. Some people know, some people don't know, but you have to also chalk up to experience, ability, emotional capacity, and the other factor, the other person. What the other person does with that relationship matters as much as what you do with it. So when you say, well, why didn't it work out? Maybe the other person messed up. That doesn't mean that you don't know what is
Mm.
best for you. People
Because
change,
the other person can't mess up if you know.
but you can't predict what will change in life. So I'll give you an anecdote of why. People would
Okay.
say, well, why are you divorced? Right?
Mhm.
You and your ex-husband were best friends. Look, let me, yeah, you didn't pick well. He went through the front windshield of a vehicle and it changed his brain.
Okay.
And then he had other kinds of problems associated with that, and it messed him up
Okay.
to the point there's nothing you can do.
Okay. Okay.
So where somebody would be like, well, you didn't know that. You don't know what circumstances you can't predict. That's an extreme, right?
Mhm.
But it can happen even on a smaller level. And so you can't say that because someone didn't pick perfectly,
Mm.
that they don't know what's best for them.
Watch this. And guess what? Guess how you could combat that and make that minimum? Guess how you can make not having one mistake minimum by dating other people in the beginning. You could date more people.
Dating other people wouldn't have predicted that. I could have dated other people and still picked him. That does not
You could have, but you
take
would have
care of
been.
the unknowns in life.
You could have, and dated other people and picked him. Y'all had 10 amazing years. Y'all was best friends, whatever the case may be. You have a success story that turned into, unfortunate event and it's an extreme. I'm talking about, we're not talking about Bella. We're talking about the masses, and everybody don't have your intelligence. Everybody don't have the way that you went through life. Everybody don't have the way that you take time and understand what you want. Most people that's dating right now don't even love themselves, and they shouldn't even be dating, but they are. So what I'm saying is, when women say, or men say, I'm going to date one person, I see this person, I'm vibing with him, I'm a vibe with him. And then somebody comes along and you be like, nah, I'm dating, I'm vibing. But that could have been your soulmate. That could have been your best friend. That could have been the best friend that's going to, be your mate. But you're focused on something because they got to you first. And that's why that's why I'm big on, because I used to single date. If I'm dating this one person, I used to date that one person. And every single time, I can only speak from my experience and my research, every single time I gave that person exclusivity from the beginning to the end, it ended because there were no layers. I gave them everything up front. So I gave them all of me up front, giving everything. So when we got boyfriend and girlfriend, it was nothing left to give. It was no exclusivity. They had that since day one. So why would they treat me any differently than what they treated me then? And then in my mind, it switched because now we're boyfriend and girlfriend. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to care about me a little bit more. We're supposed to be doing more stuff, this, that, and another. But I've been doing this since the beginning, and they haven't. And it's just like, well, dang. And then it ends. But then I realized when I was dating other people and I was like, oh no, I'm talking to a lot of different people. Some people was like, okay, great. Then they put forth the effort to continue to talk. Some people was like, that's not for me. Cool. Fade to black. Cool. And then I move on. But now I'm in a space that I'm the happiest in my life because now I don't just run after the first thing I see. I don't go after the first, because it's the first worm of the day. I'm not just getting it because it's the first worm of the day. You see what I'm saying? I'm seeing what's out there, because that might not be my worm. And why would I? Go ahead.
I think that's the difference between committing too soon and knowing how to date. What you just described is you committed too much too soon.
Well, that's my dating. That's how, what I mean? If I'm going to go all in, I'm going to go all in.
Can't do that until you
Make this announcement real quick, y'all.
value in your life. So committing to a person before you evaluate their value, because that's how you date one person and focus. You date them for a certain period of time, and you should be evaluating whether you can continue to elevate to the next step. And if it's a no, it's kind of like a if then. If it's not meeting the criteria for step 2, we don't go to step 2. We stop dating. And then that person
Good topic, man.
That's when that person is available to you and you have transparency and ethics and good morals.
Yeah.
Because
So,
we try to talk about dating in a construct that makes us comfortable, but not in one that's godly. And that's the problem.
that goes to the next question, though. We're talking about godly. Okay. The next question here, it is a very good question. 6 says, how does a biblical principle of love and commitment influence the decision to date multiple people at the same time?
I mean, I am pretty good with my Ari. I don't know any Bible verse that fully supports what I'm saying. Give my disclaimer. But I will say that the theme in the Bible has always been, where a man finds a wife, right? He seeks a wife, he seeks to marry a woman.
Talk about it.
A woman has certain virtues, right? And those two people connect. I don't see instances in the Bible where it's like, apart from you have like maybe where Ruth had to be picked out of the group, you see these women, they come and he finds and he goes and he looks through the women and he's like, okay, which of you has the qualities? And then he locks in. He sees the qualities of the guy. He did. And like I abbreviated the story, but he did. He locked in on the one. So he didn't continue like, hey, Joanna, keep on coming to the house. Because I'm not sure about Ruth. That's not what happened. And so I think when we talk about like dating in a godly way, you're not physically, like, first of all, if you're physically sleeping with a lot of people, Jesus made the antidote. You have many husbands to the one woman because she, was loose. But you could be emotionally loose, right? If our dating is spiritually led and we're connecting to a person that God is directing us to,
Correct.
How in the world do you need to connect to all these spirits and mentalities? And
So
that's holy or sacred or going to lead you to that. I just don't see it.
So that's what happened to Hosea, though. So God told Hosea to marry a prostitute.
Yeah, but God told him directly to do it. He didn't say go run.
She kept doing it though.
Looking for a prostitute.
No, but she kept doing it. The point I'm making is when you said go sleep with, but Brookie, can you pull up Proverbs chapter 16 in the TPT version, verse 9, while I answer this question? And I think I love this question. You know what I'm saying? Anything that's biblical with me, I love it. You know what I mean? And that's a very good answer. But Proverbs chapter 16, verse 9. You can put up in the TPT translation for me. But how do you feel about number 6, right? It says, how does a biblical principle of love and commitment influence the decision on to date multiple people at the same time?
I keep my BIBLE.
You keep that clip. You keep that clip loaded.
I keep it on me, right? Watch this. There's no scripture in here about dating because they didn't date. And this is why. So with this question, I love the way the phrase of the question is, because it says biblical principles of love and commitment influence the decisions to date multiple people, right? So the biblical principles of love and commitment teaches you how to
TPT.
To do any relationship, not only just dating, but just any relationship on how to treat people in any type of time. Now, when we talk about dating, we're not talking about like how I said earlier, we're not talking about having sex. I'm talking about romantic interest. I'm talking about talking. I'm talking about having, because once you cross that line, right, now that gets murky into your intertwining. And I'm glad she brought that up. When Jesus spoke to the woman at the well, and just for the Bible thumpers in the room, that's the longest conversation Jesus had with one person, is with her. He had an appointment to go. He went out of his way to have an appointment with her to have this conversation. And she was the key to Samaria. It was the key. Without her, Christianity and Jesus' message would not have been continued. She was the key because she was, I'm not getting into it. It's not Sunday. I'm getting into it. So, right? So the reason Jesus said you have many husbands is because I don't know if y'all ever worked in the restaurant before, but if y'all ever worked in the restaurant before, if you take ketchups and one it's an old bottle of ketchup and then you got a half full one, they tell you to do what? Go marry the bottles. That means putting them together, right? So when you have sex with someone, that's a form of marriage. You are intertwined and becoming one. So y'all are out here marrying each other by having sex. And that's the crazy thing apart. And then guess what? You take some of that person with you. These are soul ties. It's a lot of different things that happen when you get into that aspect, because it's flesh and it's spirit. And like we said the other day, and I don't want to get too much into it, but it's a form of worship. Okay. And if sex a form of worship, who are you worshiping?
Okay. So that part I disagree.
Go ahead.
Because if two atheists lay down and have sex, what would you call that?
They're worshiping the devil.
If they don't believe in the devil.
It don't matter what they believe in. It's real.
No. I'm just telling you.
You're
going to base off the Bible and their beliefs.
Right. So
in the Bible, it doesn't say. It doesn't say. Okay, it's a difference between adultery is when you marry, right? But when you say soul ties, what if a person have sex with one and have no relationships, plan on seeing each other? Ain't nothing sold about it.
It is.
If they don't see each other again, ain't nothing tied to it.
Yes, it is.
Because your spirit.
Their spirit connected.
Okay, then. So again, let's go back when you're dealing with an atheist.
Okay.
What spirits? But so
watch this.
But do atheists have a soul?
No, listen. I understand what you're saying, but it has to be connected to something.
Yeah, they're connected to some demonic energy or some other energy, but they have a soul and they have energy that they are exchanging with you.
Okay, then. So where does the tie that if it's no? Okay, it's based off of feelings and emotions tied to that person. You know what I mean? The form of marriage is crazy. You know what I mean? But where does that line up at? What if it lined up to the word? I'm a person that lines up with the word.
Right. The woman he was speaking to was not a believer.
Who?
The whore. She wasn't a believer. He was talking to her to make her believer. And he even told her that.
The passage of that one, though, she had 5 husbands. You know what I'm saying? Hey, she had 5 husbands. But she
was making to a non-believer, a woman who was not following Christ at that time. That's why she was in the streets.
No, she did. No, she didn't. She wasn't. She said she wasn't a believer.
She wasn't.
No, they say she wasn't a believer. But she knew Jesus knew her by name, right? Knew her by name, and she said, "You are the Messiah." Mm-hmm. So she had to believe something.
No, she only believed when she said. But wait, back to what you were saying. If it's an atheist, because I don't believe in the devil, do the devil cease to exist?
She don't believe in nothing.
No, I'm asking. If I didn't believe in the devil, do the devil cease to exist?
For who though?
No, in period. In all actuality.
In the atheist's eyes, the devil don't exist and God don't exist.
No, I'm not saying what in the eyes, but does it physically go away? No.
No, I mean, as a believer, the devil does exist.
Exactly. So if I have sex with an atheist, I am mixing my spirit with theirs, whether they believe in God or not.
Okay.
We have a soul and we have a spirit. So and it is tied and intertwined. And when we leave, I take something from that. We can go biblical and we can go science. Even scientifically, if I place myself inside of her and leave something in her, we're not getting into what it is. It stays in her her body and her molecular cells for a long period of time. You can have, and that stems from getting depression, anxiety, mixing all of these different things, or you can get trauma from the things that you put inside of you.
Okay, let's go back to this one more time because I really want to get back to it. But what I'm saying is, if 2 atheists do not believe in God, they don't believe in the spirit, they don't believe in devil, they don't believe anything, absolutely nothing.
Right.
No exists.
Right.
How can you believe in something they don't believe in?
Because their soul still is there. It doesn't matter if they believe in it or not.
As a believer, though.
I used to be an atheist.
Okay, but as a believer,
So
I know.
did I cease to have a soul?
Okay.
No,
can I
but-
ask a question.
Go ahead.
Are those non-believers held accountable even though they've rejected God once they've been introduced to him?
Absolute 1000%.
Girl, I get the verse.
But what I'm saying, they gonna meet the maker regardless. They gonna meet it regardless. But on earth, they beliefs right now on earth, they don't believe in anything. So I'm just trying to go back with the soul tie. That's what I'm saying. And again, if you ask an atheist, I asked, and this is the reason why I said it. I asked the atheist this. They don't believe in soul ties, none of that stuff. That's why I asked. Some people, you said, so he said, I've been open about, he said, right, you have been open. All right, let's.
The females, and you have, and so what happened with the soul ties that you have, right? So what happens is, right, you bring it to God. And here's the thing, with the soul ties, these are spiritual, they're like spiritual contracts.
Give me 1 second, right? Give me 1 second. Let's listen, y'all. Welcome to Let's Take a Seat with Big Country. We have this is a very deep conversation, y'all. I love this type of conversation. We have Bella here. Matter of fact, they're just confirmation, man. Doing this once a month with a woman on here, it's so much fun. You know what I mean? To hear, just both sides, right? So it's a beautiful thing. So I appreciate you guys make sure you hit these beautiful people with the favorite. Today, y'all, we're talking about dating, and I'm gonna actually dive into the next question. We have 15 minutes left, y'all. Who have the #1 gift of the show will name the next week's crown. Okay, we're gonna go with question number 7. Do you agree with this statement? When someone knows you're the only option, effort often drops. I don't understand that one, Brookie, but you know what I'm saying? Wait, okay, we're gonna go wait. We're gonna wait. What we doing? Okay, Brookie jumping in real quick.
I'll just share for her halftime question. I had to finish answering.
Yes. Remember, you said about the halftime thing. Winda gifted, and
Oh, okay. I didn't see it.
She said, right. You have been open about the quantity of females you have been with. So what happens with how many soul ties you have had? And also Jen gets to ask a question if she likes to.
So to answer that question, yes, you have to bring it to God, right? So those soul ties, right? They pay heavy on you spiritually, and they're and this is from my experience and my research, guys. So is spiritual ties and spiritual contracts, and you have to take that to God and repent for those as well, and ask him to break those contracts, to break those spiritual binds that may have you connected to someone, that may have you sometimes you may be sad, and it's because somebody else that you're connected to is sad. And the reason I'm so passionate about this is because I've experienced it. I've experienced having a soul tie with someone, and I feel this weight of sadness and anxiety that comes over me. And then I called the person and I said, what's going on with you? And they were like, oh, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. And I was like, I know, because I feel it. And that was because I was connected with them, because at one point of time, we were intimate. We were no longer intimate, and we were friends at that time, the point, like that had ceased it, but we still had a tie, a soul tie to each other. And I can feel their pain, their anxiety, their depression. But once you come to God, and once you get baptized and God makes you new, clean, those things are done away with. The sin is done away with. The soul ties are done away with. Now, if you're clean, and now if you take your butt back out there to get dirty, I come back and get clean again. But like, you go to God with those things, because you don't never know what a person that you're dealing with is going through. And that's why we're talking about this, about vetting people. That's why we're talking about then courting people, because, and I get what Bella's saying, if everybody talking to a lot of different people, you might be in a room full of people that's talking to people, you know what I mean? And you don't know what's going on. So I get where she's coming from with dating multiple people. I'm kind of playing the caveat of that. And as we move forward, as I'm playing the caveat of that, I'm saying that you should vet people and hold them to standards of other people and other experiences, but we are not, and I don't know, I'm pretty sure Bella's not saying this either. We're not saying go have sex with these people. We're saying learn and understand them people as people. Don't you be going out there, open up your legs and doing all of that stuff before you are exclusive and know these people. That's it. That's all.
No, I agree. I 1000%. I'm not saying part of your vetting process is test driving all the cars. No.
They're bringing the market down.
All right. Number 7, y'all. It says, do you agree with this statement? It said, when someone knows they're your only option, effort often drops.
That's the verse. I'm sorry. That's the verse when I was talking about when the bring it and repent, the Acts 3:19. Go ahead.
Thank you. I will say this is the wrong question to ask little sassy Bea. I think the effort will only drop when someone knows they're the only option when they are immature. Smack me if I'm wrong, but only an immature person without intention, like an intentional focus on dating, becoming something as a partnership or marriage, would let that be a signal for their effort to drop. An unintentional man every time, oh, she ain't got a bunch of men competing for her. She ain't got no value. The boys ain't telling me she hot. Immature. If you evaluate yourself based on all this external nonsense, or hey, a lot of men, oh, you don't see it, and that's not at all biblical. That's not at all any religion. That's not showing that you value the person you're dating, right? Because you would want the person you're dating to be set apart from all the nonsense. So why would you want them to entertain options? It doesn't mean people don't like them. But if they're entertaining multiple options, you are competing for a resource. And at a certain point, like, it's no longer a man pursuing a woman in a natural way. It's you're playing games.
Yeah, we're not gonna get through all these questions.
A person having the ability to attract options, fine. But if you can't entertain someone because a bunch of people are not in their phone is dry, you're probably gonna end up with a hot one. And good luck to you with your hot pocket.
For me, I agree. I agree with Bella. Like, if they find out they're your only option and their efforts drop, they never value you. That's it. They don't value you. Because it doesn't matter if you walk into if you walk into a Maserati dealership and nobody's in there, you're not gonna pay full price. Like, what's going on?
Not many people can buy it.
You feel me? So if I'm the only option, I'm like, oh, she exclusive. Oh, she ain't got no. You know what I mean? And her value goes up with me.
That what Nelly said.
Yeah.
You heard what Nelly said on that verse? He said, I like them low mouth, no dents, tighter reading, one on them.
That would pop out. Everybody like, who that? Yo, don't worry about who that is. Don't worry about it.
He said, baby girl got a rump on him. Chuck on the low miles, no dents, tighter reading, one on him. Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said. I can't remember. That's what he said. Yeah. All right, y'all. We got thank you guys for being here. We almost closing time, y'all. We got like 10 minutes. I don't know how many minutes left to name the next week's crown, but let's take a seat with Big Country. We got Bell and Rye here. We are talking about discussing on topics on dating. And we're going to get right to it, man. It says, can dating multiple partners help individuals discover more about their own desires and boundaries, or does it lead to self-doubt? That's a good question.
To get some dating experience, but when you're juggling people is what I'll call it, it doesn't help you with boundaries, I don't think, because I think you're just trying to figure too many things out at once. And yeah, it will lead to self-doubt because you're getting a lot of input from a lot of people and it's not concentrated or focused. So you don't know the validity of some of the input you're getting because, chances are if you're juggling, they're probably juggling too. And, it's all over the place. And that's where those inconsistencies of you're like, I can't nail this down. I can't figure this out. That's why. It's a lot. There's confusion and chaos. And you'll start to doubt whether you're worthy or they're worthy. And you're not really evaluating. It's like, I look at dating, and I'll say this briefly, like taking an exam. Who takes 2 tests at one time? You sit down, you focus, you think about your answer. You might erase, you might do a couple of things, but you finish that exam before you do another one. There are some things you could do simultaneously. I don't think that seriously dating is one of those. I think that's where you start to mess up. And when you go back and you're like, why'd you pick this person? Well, I was dating this person and this one, but Twan seemed the greatest. And, and then you're like, oh, okay. You were distracted. And sometimes you could be distracted by life, which means you shouldn't be dating. But
got like 6 minutes left, y'all, I think.
So.
I think my thing is yes and no. I mean, it shouldn't you shouldn't be discovering your boundaries by dating. You should already know your boundaries before you even try to date. That's one. Maybe your desires, maybe learning your desires and maybe like really like saying, oh, okay, this is more exposure. And also nothing should make you doubt yourself. If you're doubting yourself in a dating stage, maybe you shouldn't be in the dating stage. You know what I mean? Maybe you shouldn't be in that place. So I believe that. I believe that. Yeah, no. Like if any of that, like if you don't, nah.
That's a bad
if that's your story, if that's your ministry, you need to go back and work on self.
No, that's good, man. I appreciate you guys. We got 5 minutes left, y'all, before we end this beautiful topic and discussion. Whoever my number one gift is of the show will name the next week's crown. Right now, Sophie King came in. He's number. Okay, we're gonna dive into number 11. Is it possible that dating multiple people develop unrealistic expectations regarding romantic relationships? All right, 5 minutes left, y'all. We'll make this thing work, okay?
It's possible. It's not always the case, but if you're dating multiple people, again, you might be getting a lot of romance because you're shifting around, so you're not really dealing with problems and challenges, right? Because you're grifting. So everything's already in the honeymoon stage, so you're always operating a honeymoon stage. And it's what I call the Disney effect. You're like, oh my gosh, oh, hello, Prince Charming, the princess. And you don't actually start to deal with reality and understanding that things happen in life and people process and you have to deal with conflict, right? So I think you avoid dealing with conflict when you have a lot going on because you're just floating around to the romantic stages. And then you don't actually deal with the stages of a relationship, which include conflict, which means you might have a disagreement, not disrespectful, not ratchet and raggedy, but you may have some disagreements and challenges to navigate through. And if you're always in that bubble of perfectness, you're not really dealing with reality. And that's where the unrealistic expectations come. And that's where I've seen people get married and they don't last even 2 years because you thought everything was going to be not what marriage is. I'm going to tell you right now. That is not, that's not it. It takes work. If you think you're ready, even when you're ready, you're not ready.
You're not ready. You're not ready. We're telling you right now, you're not ready. If you think you're ready, you're not.
Yeah, that's a good question, man. That's good. That's a good question. I like that question.
So if dating multiple people develop unrealistic expectation regarding romantic relationships, I think yes. And here's why. Once you go romantic, now we saying y'all are intertwining. Romantic to me, in my mind, it says intertwining. And yes, if you dating all of these multiple people and you cut these people off, and you go into this relationship and you do not go into this relationship like this is the prize, this is the person that I picked, this is me, and you just go into this relationship like, oh, I'm going to be romantic with this relationship, and then you be like, but this person treated me like this person treated me like this person, maybe you should have went with them.
You know,
go ahead.
You know what Pastor told me? I heard a sermon says, you will never get the woman that you pictured in your head. That perfect woman you got, he says, when a man leaves a wife, when a man finds, he said, when a man leaves a mother and father and unite to his woman with his wife, they become one. He said, when you leave one, you find a good thing. He said that to really find a good thing, that's the type of woman you have to develop with. Not knowing that person that you want in your head, you can never get that one. Yep. But it's called development, right? So you got to develop that with that person. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for being here, y'all. We have 1 more minute left. I appreciate you guys here. And Bella, beautiful. Your response is amazing, Riot. Glad to have you on here, man. Truly, this has been a very good conversation. I love the back and forth controversy, you know what I'm saying, the back and forth and agreements to disagree, and it's all lined up to the same thing. We all, you know what I'm saying, the closure of this, y'all, man, like boundaries need to be set, man, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, and God first, man, listen, you can't do nothing without him. Absolutely nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys so much. And again, if you guys have any questions right now, I think Brookie won. Good shot, Brookie.
Ooh,
Did you get a bonus in there or something? What, a bonus?
yeah, she sniped it. I love a good snipe.
All right, man. Hey, don't go nowhere, Night King. Appreciate it, man. Brookie, thank you.
Oh yeah, appreciate the gifts, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
That was really good. That was very enjoyable because I was like, oh, this is gonna be interesting, and I love when it turns biblical as well, because that's what. Yeah, I want to say I agree with Riot, because with that soul tie thing, I know country disagrees, but I've been reading about it a lot, and I'm like, oh yeah, like really, like. Demonic
I don't disagree to it, though.
To you. When you sin, it is not right. You are going against.
I agree with that part. That part I do agree. But he said everyone. That's the only thing I'm saying. I agree with Riot, 100%. No, every word came out of his mouth 100% accurate. And like Bella said, one day when you die, regardless, if you're a Muslim, Hindu, whatever, you still have to meet that one maker. You still have to meet him, regardless of the fact. You have to meet him. And if you're not a believer, he's going to turn you into one.
Okay? And I was going to say, that's the thing. You need to repent for your sins. So like the question Winda asked to Riot, like he did say he was an atheist. He didn't care about that. Why do you care about that if you got nothing to, you think there's no one to talk to and have to explain that to, be accountable to. So when you've got someone accountable, it's like something very different.
And with that, like even that, because I've been transparent my entire streaming career, but I used to use, and that's why God is so intentional. That's why that's probably why I'm back, is because I used to debate Christians in my stream.
No kidding.
I would love to be in yours at that time.
Yep.
Oh, listen,
and I used to debate them, use it because I knew the word. Right? But I was reading it like a book. I hadn't experienced the word yet. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so that's it all comes back for God's glory.
I just want to address this real quick, man. I want everybody to know, because I feel like people now think that I didn't agree with the soul tie. I agree with the soul tie. I swear, because it was Target. Look, people gotta understand. I'm gonna be honest with you about something though. If it doesn't line up with the word, if it don't match the word, don't bring it to me. You get what I mean? It has to line up exactly with the word. And the Bible
Right.
said don't add nothing and don't remove nothing. All I'm saying is this. You can't say that to a person that doesn't believe in it, period. Now we know as believers, you got to meet the maker, right? But I'm talking from other ages because I'm you know me. I'm gonna go to a Muslim. I'm gonna go to a Hindu. I'm gonna ask these questions with biblical scriptures, right? I asked a couple atheists. They don't believe.
No, she was not a believer. It was affecting her to connect with those people. And it wasn't just because of emotional bonding. It was her soul was disturbed. And when we went to church together, and a lot of things happened. And then she reflected after she became a believer. She was like, man, that I didn't know why I was so ate up, but now I know. So she really got to a point of like being aware of what was happening to her. So I agree with you, they're not aware, but it's still affecting them. It's still weighing them down. It's still eating away at their soul.
Okay.
It's like
Deteriorate from those experiences. And I used to tell her, yo, why you, oh, she's like, it don't matter. It don't matter. I'm like, you know, and we would argue. Like I would, like we would like, I'm screaming matches about this.
So, okay. I mean, I'm gonna ask you a question then. Let me ask you a question.
okay.
If you don't have sex with someone and you get emotionally attached to someone, what is that?
It's a
Because
soul
you got
tie. It's a soul tie. And I give you an example of non-sexual soul tie. So you said the Bible, and I couldn't give you one because
I just want to know what you call that.
well, so it's a soul tie, right?
What scripture?
That's the relationship between Jonathan and David. They had a soul tie. The Bible said they became one and one flesh because they were both emotionally cared about each other to that point. So that was a soul tie, but that was not non-sexual. You see what I'm saying?
So okay. So again, I you know me. I mean, I got to line up with the word. I'm just saying because
The only reason I know that
when we
because my
talking
name's
about
Jonathan.
sexual though, again, I agree with the soul. Soul tie is real, but when a person doesn't have that, I just.
But I mean, there are scriptures that
Hang on
talk about.
1 second, guys. Wait. Can we just quickly end the show and then we can keep going?
Yes,
Because I need
yes.
to start recording.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate you guys being here. So Riot is back full throttle. Okay, Riot is back full throttle. He was gone for like 2 or 3 years. I'm telling you, he was gone.
But
He was
a
out
new
of here.
version of him.
Riot 2.0, totally different person, man. And we have Bella here, Top Bash Bella. So question before you guys leave, do you have anything that's going on in your plans of future auctions, shows, you know what I'm saying? Developing shows, you know what I'm saying? So what you got going on, right?
Nah, nothing on the app, but more or less just in life in general. Be on the lookout of my new series is dropping maybe in 2 weeks. We're still on pins and needles with a couple of TV stations. But it's called Sundays After Church. And it's basically it's a biblical series that lifts the veil of some societal churches, but it has a lot of Christian undertones, and it has everything that a lot of people like. And then we're teaching a lesson later on in it. So I think you guys will like it. I think you guys will love it. So just be on the lookout for that.
How can they follow you to get the updates on that? You have your IG.
So you could Sundays After Church TV series is the IG for that. So you can type in Sundays After Church on Instagram, and you'll find us and be able to follow us. I think we have a website as well. But yeah, you can always keep in contact by following me on IG. I post everything that we got going on, as well as you can follow them on Instagram as well. And I think our website is the same thing. But Yeah.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. Bella, what you got going on?
So I've
Besides you dancing all the time. Bella love dancing, y'all, so you can catch her. She be in her stream. Okay, go in her stream.
dancing and music, so that's always happening. We've been singing more. We're getting back. We're going to bring back my emoji conversations that I used to do on Sundays. I just got to get some bigger icons ever since I moved to the new house. Yesterday, we did our first edition of How Solid Are You? And it's really testing friendships, relationships. It's like people say they're solid. They say they're strong. They say they're loyal. But how loyal are you? So we ask those kinds of questions that make you think about
I like that,
how
Bella.
solid are you? Because everyone says they're solid and 100. It's like, but are you 100? Do you
But
tell
when you go
your
through the
friends?
trials, when you go through those trials, that shows. Yeah.
Your friendship will get tested. That's for sure.
Mhm.
Like, you think you're solid? How solid are you? So we like to test those things, and that's like a break from my jokes and mayhem where we get serious sometimes in the stream.
And that's every Sunday.
Yeah, so we're gonna be doing How Solid Are You on Thursdays, and then on Sundays is emoji conversation.
What time?
What time?
Man, I work.
I know I'm a late night streamer, so don't get mad at me. Thursdays at 9, and then Sundays it was 8 p.m. So it's Eastern Standard Time, so it's not too bad.
Make sure
Friday nights I do Club Bella Vida, usually at 10 p.m. It's like we just dance and enjoy music. And we did Joey Crack last time, and I'll start bringing more DJs to the flow. So look forward to it. We're gonna make it fun. No twerking. I'm sorry, fellas, that's not the kind of dancing we're doing. I'm just saying.
No, she's
we have fun dancing, but we
a lady.
I appreciate you, y'all.
When they're looking for that, that's not what I mean.
Thank you, guys. I think Brooke has one more question before we close.
Mm-hmm. And then you can catch us here every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we get to hear different people's topics and have discussions like these. And if you want to be part of it, let myself or class in the comments know. We would be very happy to have you. Yeah, it was really, really good. It was a little longer than usual, but it's okay. Like, it was really good intellectual conversation. You had a question, didn't you, Country? Didn't you want to ask that? Didn't you want to ask Bella?
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
So I had two, and I know. Okay, I think. Who's Honey's creamy something? Who's that? Is that Humble? I don't know.
Yeah, probably Humble.
I think who has like that picture? It's hard. The glasses. Oh, is that Master Pressure? Okay. All right. Master Pressure said multiple kings in the Bible had multiple wives. So from a king aspect, you've almost obligated to have multiple wives.
No, Jeremiah had more. Quite a few did, but that's not.
May I?
Yeah, I was going.
I got you. So
I know
this. Even the Old Testament, New Testament, the reason that occurred was to keep peace in the city. It was a part of the rules and customs. If I wanted peace, and I didn't want Bella's country to go to war and Brookie's country to go to war, right? I'll go to them and then I'll marry their daughter. So now I'm investing into their culture and their things, because I struggled with this personally. And I was like, if Solomon was the wisest man, why he had 600 wives and 300 concubines? And I was just like, and I really went through that. And then God had to really show me that it was peace among the city when King Solomon lived. And that was because he was marrying all the daughters of all of the villages and the kingdoms to keep peace. It wasn't about sexual relations. It wasn't about wives. It wasn't about that. It was about keeping peace in territory, kind of like politics. It was more politics than anything else.
Answer that. Quite a few people had wives. David, Abraham, Lamech. It's quite a few people in that bad boy had. Jacob.
Yeah.
Quite a few of them had wives. Shoot, man, it's
That's what
crazy.
the Bible says. As many as you can afford. And we
And
can't.
you know
we can't afford
what?
one.
Shoot,
But you know, those were examples of how people were living, but the word never said for them to have multiple wives. And that's what people do. They take their living circumstance and say, well, he had multiple wives, but God didn't ever tell him that.
No, he won't. He won't
No,
ever tell you
even
that.
Genesis it says they created.
One flesh. So you can't
Yep.
become one and one with multiple. That math ain't mathing. So nowhere in the Bible did it say one man and one woman become one flesh, and then you add another flesh, and then you add another flesh.
Listen, what
That is not what
we
the
gotta
word
talk
says.
about this later because there's so many verses that we can go down this rabbit hole, and this rabbit hole too big.
But
Okay,
it's just like
no,
it
my-
explains why a man leaves his father and mother and he's joined to his wife, and then these two are united into one, like into one.
Yeah, that's Genesis. That's the first book.
Right.
That's right there in the front.
But people
I
are
got
saying
that.
that's the
But
Old
this rabbit
Testament.
hole
Yeah,
goes deep.
but go back there and it still says it.
You know, but listen, watch this. It goes deep because we are to human is to error, and we never get it right.
I think people just take selections of the Bible for their benefit. 'Cause that's
What do you think, country?
No, I have to agree with and that was keep a unity, like Raya said, like people got to understand that passage in the Bible, you know what I mean? And in Judges, you know, even in Judges we're talking about Gideon, but I'm gonna read something to you real quick, y'all. It's about how they said several figures in the Bible noted that multiple wives a practice that culture accepted in certain historical contexts. Now you got to know the context of the whole thing. You know what I mean? That's how you got to break it down. And it was said, the Bible said they practice poly, right?
Polyamorism.
Yeah. So in the Bible's often says and can lead strife and conflict. And as it's seen in stories in Jacob and David, it did cause strife and conflict. And that was goes into, I can read scriptures on that, but it said in the New Testament, it said particularly in teaching of Jesus, and the Apostle Paul emphasized monogamy. That changes everything.
Yeah,
Old
because
Testament.
and that's when he told the elders and the priests and the deacons, all of them have to have one wife.
And that's what I was saying in the Old Testament. But when Jesus came, ideal marriage, and that, I know, you know, that jumped off in Matthew. So
Watch this. Because to carry the message of God, you have to be one. You can't be separate to carry the message of God. So to be one is the same as going back in the first thing what Brookie said, is being one flesh. It's like Bella said, the math is not math. And to carry the word of God, right?
marriage is a piece of paper.
You have to be whole.
Marriage not just no piece of paper.
Well,
Absolutely
maybe to
not.
you, but when you actually believe and know God,
Marriage
it's
ain't
a
even
covenant
paper.
with Him. You
No.
It's a
don't get
spiritual
married if
contract.
you don't have God in it, like for real.
Hey,
That's
who's
a
in
fact.
here? Who's in here? Can actually load up a clip of verse real quick. Anybody in here?
I gotta go bowling, y'all. I love y'all.
Hey,
I
what you know
appreciate
about
y'all.
bowling, man? What you know about bowling? Remember we had this coming. What you know about bowling?
I bowl all the time, man. This is my hobby. This is my release. This is what I do.
Are
This
you
what I
good
do.
at it?
No, I'm okay. And one
If you need
setting
some help,
to, one
if you need
setting to
some help,
200. That's all I got.
if you need any help or any practice, I got you.
I like competition. So
If you need any help or any like tips and
You know
practice,
anything about his bowling riot?
I don't.
I'm gonna show you.
You got a bag and a ball, I'm sure.
Yeah, I
He's
got one in the
got
car.
ring-
But
he's
he
got-
probably
no.
got a
You know what
ring.
this
This
is, right?
man has.
Oh yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
this is, right?
We going to Vegas, baby. Bring it. Hey, that's what I'm bringing on the plane. I'm bringing my ball.
This is a trophy, y'all. If you guys don't know,
Yeah, that's a trophy.
this is a trophy. You hear me? This right here, everybody sign their autograph. This is a trophy. I got 15 of these.
Oh, that's lit.
And what about the rings? What they're upstairs,
ring-
but he's
yeah,
got
the rings
special
upstairs.
rings. And what are they for?
He said, you have to come to Vegas now. Yeah, yeah. Listen, Bella coming.
Are you going? Bye, Riot.
They're all
Thank
trying
you,
to
thank
make
you,
me
thank
go,
you.
but
I would
Didn't
love
you go
that.
last year, though? You went last year.
I did. I've gone 2 years. I'm
This
just
is different. It's in a different area, and I'm going this year.
oh,
I want to meet my Bella.
I'm supposed to be going to Fiji.
Go to
Go to
Fiji.
both.
Forget Live Fest. Go to Fiji.
Go to both.
Man,
Go to
forget that.
both. Get some
Man,
cheap
go to
hotels, guys.
Hey, Sofa. She ain't going to Live Fest. I'm gonna help her out.
I told Sofa that. He said he kept ignoring me. He's like, do both. So for fun, my both. You know, Fiji's gonna be expensive.
No, she travel up. Hey, listen, Riot is going to Live Fest. But let's talk about what's really important, okay? Who going on this next cruise? Now,
Now that I could probably swing.
now, Sofa King, you didn't go last year. Supposed to came this year.
And
Most
we're doing
likely.
it. It's enough time to finish Live Fest, have a break, recuperate, and go. And you can pay the cruise off. You don't have to go, oh, I have to pay it all at once. You can like pay it off. And if you have someone that goes with you or another person, 3 in the room, it's even cheaper.
Yeah. Y'all just don't pull back out the last minute, because we had about 20 people backed out the last minute. So look,
And they lost so many people lost money because
They
they
lost so
backed
much
out
money.
last minute.
they lost so much money.
There's one more question, and I feel bad because I forgot about it. Pastor Sav, welcome as well. She said, "What's your stances on waiting until marriage?"
Perfect.
Well, it's an amazing thing, and if you can, you should. I mean, I'll tell you, I've been on both sides of the road. So with my ex-husband, we did not do anything before marriage, and that was the right thing to do.
That's beautiful, man.
It was the right thing to do. It was, started off with the right alignment. Now, my ex-fiance and I, we did not wait. We didn't make it to the altar. I'm just saying, but that's my situation. But I can tell you what you should do at minimum. And I know this isn't biblical, so don't kill me, but if you're not really committed, don't share your body with me. That's that's what the Bible's teaching you, is to have a real commitment, because you want to be married, right? And we talked about those soul ties. You don't want to be just sharing yourself with all these people that
So I had that conversation with my sister.
Have a future with. Like, why would you want that? Aside from the risk of like having a baby, just think of all the consequences associated with sharing yourself with someone and not being serious about it for fun, right? So I would encourage at least to have commitment, like a real one.
What up, Sofa? How you doing, brother?
Very blessed. How are you?
Man,
It's
happy
really
New Year
hard.
to y'all. New Year to y'all. Happy New Year.
Really hard to be tempted by other things. Like the devil wants to get in between you. But also, I want to say, don't feel bad if you've done it. Okay, you need to repent. And if you really, really, really want to do better, it's going to take effort. Like, it's going to take your mind, your body, like everything. And the person that you're with, if you guys it's a hard thing, like, because
listen, the greatest sin is lust, man.
Yes, lust is, and the devil wants to torture
boy.
The devil wants
I fell short so many times. I fell short so many times, man. I'm talking about, and then listen, even when I knew Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Even when I knew him, and even though I'm not, like, it is hard. Listen, the devil is very good at distracting. like you said earlier, woman that look, the fool's gold look shiny. You know what I'm saying? Until they put it up there, they say, you know what? The value on this is.
So I have a little bit different perspective than everyone. Mine is, okay, the only part of the Bible that defines what a marriage is a man and a woman, and when a man and a woman went into a tent, and then when they came out, they were married. That is a marriage, which means that they slept together. So I can see where like people said there was a bunch of wives. Thank you, by the way.
It
So I
really
have, like-
kind of did mean that. Yeah.
So I have like 30 some wives because I.
But like
According to
people
the
would be
Bible.
stoned. Like you look at Mary and they thought she had sex out of marriage and they were gonna
Thank you, Lord.
stone her because she was pregnant, but she didn't, she was still a virgin, but they were gonna stone her and berate her and kill her possibly because of that. Like you
Well,
have to be
Now-
married. Like
Now, if I'm going to make an oath, to God and do an actual ceremony for marriage, then that's different, right? Like when you're making an oath, when you say when you say what you're going to say to get married, then that's a whole different thing. Because now, like, you're not going to lie to God, right? So if you guys don't work out and you slept together, then that's one thing. But if you make an oath to God saying that this is what I'm going to do forever, and that's a whole different category.
Some people marry for the wrong reasons, man. For paperwork and all kinds of people.
Some people stay married for the wrong reason too.
Yeah. Definitely
So
for God.
I mean, what's more important? You know, your oath is important, but
Yeah.
if
So
I ever
this
get married
says-
again, my kids will be part of my oath.
No,
Because
I'm
my
picking
kids
up
are
what you're
more-
putting down.
My kids are more
I
important
don't agree
than.
with the whole all the wife thing. That's just
I know. I figured that nobody would agree with that. I've argued with my sister over that. I'm like, show me the scripture that proves me wrong, and she can't.
but show me
It
the scripture
says,
where it does say.
Right. It says, no, the Bible does not teach that having sex makes an unmarried couple married. Instead, sexual intercourse outside of marriage is considered sin, fornication, while marriage is a formal, lifelong commitment involving a public pledge, leaving parents and becoming one flesh in God's eyes, with sex being a sacred expression within a covenant, not initiation. Jesus distinguished sex from marriage, and scripture condemns premarital sex, showing it is a pathway to becoming married, but a violation of God's design for
But
sex
what
to
in the
be
Bible defines marriage?
marriage.
What in the Bible defines marriage?
It's
The
a
union
covenant.
of man and woman, a
And-
covenant before God.
It's a
And
covenant.
sex defines marriage.
No, that's
The Bible.
not accurate. Consummation is a formal term used for legalizing and religious belief, right? So when they consummate, yes, because they've already established an agreement. Well, if somebody's just having sex, it's not a binding agreement between them and God. So there's a difference between laying with
find that verse.
somebody and consummating.
But you are, I think what Sofa you're getting out of it is that you are connecting with them.
You are like, if you sleep with somebody, you're connecting with them.
And-
Absolutely,
and
your
in a
your souls
way,
are binding.
What the
Yeah.
Bible's trying to say is you should only connect with your spouse that way.
Correct.
And ideally, that's what happens. But I mean, sometimes you communicate and they don't listen, and you have to let them go, and then you got to find somebody new.
Yeah,
So
that's divorce.
you know when you talking about that, man, it's we was talking about Proverbs we was talking about how the temple, God said he will destroy anyone who destroys his temple. That
Yes.
scared the crap out of me. And he said that we do not own ourselves, but he paid for us at a high price.
Well,
And
like when
anybody
we went
gets
to
in the
church,
way, huh?
like my family and I went to church on Sunday, and a lot of it was like very like, hey, if you see